You know, something about Lily Roth always sat with me wrong. Something about the voice acting, and they kept going on about how great she was. Again and 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 again. I'm exaggerating here, mainly because it started sounding like I was starting in the middle of a song, you know. This random country music breaking in. Um, so when we break out my banjo, as if I have one. I I I had a tin whistle when I was younger. Had a guitar, had a keyboard, had a drum set. Feck if I know where any of them are. I think my aunt saw the keyboard. Actually, she wanted to borrow it. I'm not sure if she ever got it. Because I had no idea where it was. It was just like, it should be up in like in Nan's sitting room. I have no idea if it was there or not. It could have gotten moved. I wasn't living there at the time. I wasn't keeping tabs. Banjo, anyway, wasn't one of the instruments I ever gotten as a kid. Also, no real interest in playing music. Listen to music, sure, but not playing it. There's no real inclination. But yeah, they kept going on about how great she was, and I know, it just didn't sit right with me. However they did it, it just felt off. You know, it just had a different feel. It had a wrong feel to it. Feelings aren't the best way of judging things, but it's a gut feeling that I'm describing here. Can't really use any other terms. I really shouldn't I go tell the others that dudes, I got bitch slapped. I'm weaker now.
You're still alive. So is Kitava. What more do you need to know? You'll find a way. I believe it.
Suddenly, she turns into that orange ninja.
Remember,
Shit.
We're
fucked.
Kitava is a primal deity, forged from the most fundamental of human desires, hunger. The simple act of craving that which we cannot yet consume. To defeat Kitava is to squeeze the very heart of human nature into stillness. You don't think you can do that? I suppose we'll see, won't we?
Do you always just sound so smug?
Farewell.
So smug.
I don't ask this in the name of innocence. He understands now the folly his devotees have wrought upon this world. I ask in the name of Oriath. There are many that deserve what Kitava offers, and there are many more who do not. Put an end to Kitava's savage reign, for there remains much in this land that is worth saving.
And even just on principle, Kitava's a fucking cunt. No, speaking honestly, dude's a goat. I saw that as like a weird guy with a goat head impaled to its stump. Just completely wrong perception. But yeah, anyway, yeah, something about just them going on about how great she was. Just, I know, sounded off to me. I know, just... I know, it just didn't sound right, I can't not sound right, but... I know, I felt like maybe they were trying too hard for us to know that she was really badass, It's kind of like when someone buys a big vehicle to compensate for something. I'm not necessarily making a dick joke here. I know, a woman could buy it to compensate for her A-cups. There's options. Size matters in more than just one way. I'd probably piss someone off there. Yes, flat as justice. Yeah, it just felt like they were overcompensating. I know. Like they're like, yes, she's really badass. Yes, she's really awesome. And it's just like, I'm killing gods. She's lusting after a guy who wants a mermaid. Well done. You know, it's like, and she does is off screen. You know, like we're the only person capable of walking. So, you know, it's. I know, it just came off weirdly. It's like one thing when they're talking about, you know, that other guy who we killed once and assisted killing in the other time. You know, the All Flame. Fairgraves. They were saying that, you know, he ended up feeling like off, like, you know, a like, you know, one of the conquistadors, or, you know, explorers of the past. Did some good, did some bad, opened up new stuff, did some bad, you know, that kind of thing. It was more of a balanced, not balanced, but, you know, it had a different feel to it. Here they try and it feels like they're trying to hyper too much, you know. So it just always sat off with me, but I always felt awkward saying it. It's because, well, actually, to be honest, I probably feel too awkward to explain why why I felt too awkward to say it. Basically, I see a lot of people being hyper, like, really overreactive to the slightest thing online, and it feeds into my paranoia. I got the psychovalve to prove it. I'm bluntly put kind of paranoid, rather paranoid. I think it kind of comes with the OCD. It probably depends on the OCD you have, but some OCDs are like, you know, like, oh, if I touch this, I'm dirty and I'll die. You know, you're paranoid. Touching that will kill you. You're paranoid if you don't check the door 20 times, you're fucked up in some way. You know, it comes back to that. I haven't had it confirmed by a doctor, but I've just kind of started thinking about it. It's like, yeah. You know, there's clear heavy overlap between the two. But yeah, seeing people freak out greatly and then factor in my own ailments kind of makes for a, like, I'm scared of saying anything moment, you know? So, yeah. Full disclosure. Again, not quite compulsive honesty, but oversharing nonetheless. God damn it, I wish I had more of those cookies. They were fantastic. I can still taste them. Oh. Also, a friend made some lovely cookies the other day. Chocolate and coffee in them. I think it was espresso, actually. Well, it's still coffee, but stipulations could taste different, you know? They were nice, but the coffee was a bit too strong. I'm not much of a coffee guy. I never drink it much, and I'm not really sure if I should drink it, if you get me. I feel awkward being too explicit here. Again, the compulsive honesty is kicking in. But, yeah, it does a number on me. So, yeah, I've never kind of got, you know, it's things of are an acquired taste, and, you know, sometimes it's poison. So, it's hard to acquire the taste, you know? To be clear, when I say poison, I'm just paranoid now that someone's going to take that wrong. I mean, coffee, sometimes my body reacts poorly to it. I'm not saying it's legitimately poison. Ugh. I just speak loosely with words, and then people just don't understand what the hell I'm saying, even if it's absolutely clear. But anyway, enough detouring.
And we sail for Wraeclast. Better to live in exile than die on this psychotic bonfire of an island. You want to make it out of here? You'd better get on board. But make it quick, 'cause I ain't got time for tears and regrets.
Lily, my only tears and regrets are you. I have to put up with you again.
Remember, this ain't no charity run. You owe me. Cast off!
Bitch, I can kill gods. That's not Kitava yet. Cause plot armor. I could have taken him. The symbol of purity was just holding me back.
Alright, we're safe for the time being. Now let me introduce myself properly. Lily Roth. Yep, I'm one of those Roths. Some call me
What?
swagger,
Lee Roth?
others
Tim
pirate.
Roth? Whatever he's called.
Yeah, I prefer the sound of nautical entrepreneur.
I prefer
I
the
like
guy
that one
from
myself.
White to me.
So you come see Lily if you need something, or even if you just fancy a good chat with a lovely lady.
I
Don't
guess
think
you
I'd
must
be
know
forgetting
one.
that favour you owe to me. In fact, now I think of it, there's certainly a way you can be repaying this most considerable debt.
Not killing
You
you.
see, those blasted cultists have been plundering the refugee ships trying to escape Oriath. And if not for my incomparable skill as a sea captain, we'd have met the same fate. But now the drowned dead are watching ashore, and they ain't staying dead. There's been a whole lot of blood, sweat and tears getting these few lucky survivors here in one piece. What sort of captain would I be if I let them get ripped apart by walking corpses? Wipe the Twilight Strand clean of those filthy undead bastards and I'll call us even. Might even throw in a little something extra if you can pull it off.
I really don't like her voice acting. I know, just something about it just really bugs me. I'm just waiting for it to turn out. Well, this is actually the CEO's girlfriend voice acting it, and they're not happy with me right now. I am very close to just like post-commentating this all.
Whalem Roth. Here. Let
Wait,
me tell you
as in
something
Whalem
I really
Yutani?
grand
My
about
God.
stories.
Aliens!
No sooner had the others turned in fear from the Great White Leviathan did Whalem load the ballista with his final harpoon. And right then he vowed to sea and sky that he and he alone would be the one to finally kill this bastard son of the Brine King. The ballista fired and the harpoon smote that creature right between the ribs as it made to dive back under the angry sea. Thick clouds of blood bloomed
Rather than
beneath
the
waves,
lustful sea.
roses flowering in the black water, and impossible though it seemed, the already shadowed ocean grew darker still. He used the bones of the great beast to reinforce the hull of his ship, the Black Crest. Old Rottooth, he's a true legend, a real pirate hero. I can only hope one day my own stories will reach his ears and make him proud of the granddaughter he had to leave behind.
I know, I just really don't like the voice acting. It's just something about her voice just... You know, some people will just have a voice that, you know, like personality clash, all this. There's a voice clash here. I just don't dig her voice. Not even dig, it just... Damn it, it just doesn't... I just don't like it. It just... I know, just... like, all the other voices in the game have been fine. Just something about hers. Again, I'm waiting for it. Well, it turns out, you know, it's someone I shouldn't be criticizing, and I started getting copyright strikes. Oof. Again, paranoia. Okay, yeah. I'm getting paranoid here. Since I brought up the paranoia, I'm just like, God. Demons, angels, Da Vinci, and then Tom Hanks turns up and turns the bottle upside down and reveals a puzzle. It suddenly turned into some like Da Vinci. My paranoia episode just turned into a reference to the Da Vinci Code. Timely. But, yeah, I was making a joke there, and I feel like... Should I not make that? And yeah, I decided, I'll at least flag it so I have the option of editing it if I so desire. It will depend on the mood I'm in when I finally do get around to editing these. I feel it would be prudent to leave these as sessions for as long as possible because this footage is a lot more condensed than how it is uh, split up and edited. Be it, split up via XSplit or split up via my editor. In both cases, this is smaller. Maybe it's for ill. Maybe I've chosen a lower, a video quality that I shouldn't be, or what have you. But I think the audio quality is actually better. I can't remember the settings. Frig if I know. But, yeah, it'll be up to when I get back to edit these. So, again, I'll probably be doing post-commentary on the same time. I need to get back to Witcher 3. As soon as I get this done, I'm getting back to Witcher 3, and I'm going to try and finish it.
Yeah, I knew Tarkley. If you catch me drift. He's
Yeah,
got
I
no
don't
time
care.
for his old bunkmate these days, though. Too gaga-eyed over his lost cause of a fishwife Nessa. Time was, Tarkley and I would smuggle all about the coast of Oriath. Good days they was. Sweet with rum, nothing but the wind and salt in our faces, freedom in our hearts, and the law on our tails. But I could tell he were getting ready to make feet for children's stockings with me, so I cut him loose. Not a spark's chance under the ocean the dreaded Lily Roth's gonna wind up swelling like some drowned carcass. Still, nice to work with that bugger one more time, just for old time's sake,
Thing is, Lily, I've just met you. Well, I've worked with the other two before, and they're lovely people. So you shitting on them doesn't endear you to me. Shocking. Like, totally radical. Totally.
That scallywag. I reckon Bestel thinks I'd be the kind of lass who'll bed down with any sort of rascal. Not too far off, I guess. He is rather sweet, but not the most comely of figures. Actually, he kind of reminds me of my grandfather, Waylon Roth, a poet and scoundrel extraordinaire he be. Bestel's but spittle from the mouth of old rot-toothed Roth. Ahem. Bust my blind cheek, said the sailor to the doxy.
Sorry, I shouldn't have ended that because we'll have to listen to it all again, but again, insulting the characters we know and like, I really like Bestel, isn't a good way of endearing yourself, you jackanapes.
That scallywag.
I'm saying what I wanted to say previously. I'm letting loose my general dislike for the character. It might be a little heightened right now. I know, I'm in a bad mood for her right now.
Actually, he kind of reminds me of my grandfather,
but whatever.
Waylon Roth, a poet and scoundrel extraordinaire he be. Bestel's but spittle from the mouth of old rot-toothed Roth. Ahem. Bust my blind cheek, said the sailor to the doxy. She sports her dairy treats afar and relishes her moxie. But a fire ship will sink the broken neath the ocean waves. Tip nutmegs a deadly token sends captains to their graves.
I think I prefer Bestel's. Ag.
Despite your best efforts, Beast Slayer, a splinter of hope remains. The very
He's a bit
seed
sore
that
about
brought
it.
my beast into existence. The Dark Ember. Never again shall it birth a life so magnificent as the beast. Yet a residue of that power still lingers. Enough to give us a fighting chance against the ravenous Kitava.
I remember these before.
Dark Ember. 3 hearts were silenced. 3 hearts must sing again, one last time. In that final flickering of life, our Savior's seed shall be born. All I need are 3 fine souls with which to stoke the flames. Chevron of Umbra, Inquisitor Maligaro, Doldry the Dark Tongue. 3 spirits of near unfathomable resilience and vigor, freed with the beast's final exhalation. So let us begin the harvest. Chevron has come home to Axiom. We shall give her the warm welcome she sincerely deserves.
She must have had Axiom as her home base, experimenting on prisoners, I guess.
If she is to be of any use to us, the Umbra's spirit must be wrenched from her mortal manifestation and lashed to our greater cause. That is your task. For my part, I shall negotiate the terms of her cooperation. With a tragic kiss and lasting embrace, her essence shall pass into me as if she were a sweet breath from the mouth of my lover. It is a sacrosanct sacrifice for all involved. Thankfully for you, all I ask is that you do what you clearly do best. Kill.
Again, he is sore about the whole beast thing. It's like, you know, his buddy and we killed it. He is sore about it. He's still a buddy, but he is sore about it. And rather passive aggressive. It's just like just, you know, murmuring, giving out about it. It's kind of funny.
Ambition is the bane of mortality. It was through ambition that we gods transcended the thick mud and thin blood of our mundane birthrights. Ambition that drove us to sustain our divine selves through the subjugation of others. Chevron's soul is made up of 1 part ambition and 2 parts raw, unbounded passion. Such a volatile spark shall burn briefly and brightly, and even the most deadened of hearts. I shall put this simply, for in truth, everything comes down to the simple act of planting a seed in the ground. The gods are rising because you slew the one creature that prevented them from doing so. Your name for it is the Beast. It was I who planted the seed in the rich soil beneath Highgate, who nurtured it, who watched it bloom into maturity, even as I succumbed to its mollifying powers. We gods, we were driven into slumbering darkness, to dream away eternity whilst the gentle beast watched over us. I would desire that we return to that blissful state, but my brothers and sisters of deism shall never submit to banishment. They have tasted freedom once more, and they shall not let go of this world until it is pried from their cold, dead hands.
The phrasing deism just sounds very weird to me because I keep thinking of deism, which is a quick religion lesson. Hey folks, post-commentary time, and I'm sorry if you hear any audio haze in the background. I can hear it when I'm editing and whatnot, but I can't hear it, at least in one other case I listened to it on a different device and I can't hear it there. So I'm not sure what's up. But deism, quick religion lesson. So there's, concepts of a personal god, which would be like theism or polytheism. A god that basically is interested in, creation, as in like what's going on in it, to one degree or another, anywhere from circumcision to global floods, that kind of thing. While there's also deism would be, or deism, which now I'm confusing the two. The other one is belief in an impersonal god. Basically a god that's created everything then infects the hell off. Doesn't have any interest in what's going on whatsoever. That's what a deist god would be. Deism's kind of forgotten about a lot of the time. It always ends up coming back to like theism, atheism, and then depending on the definitions you're using, agnosticism. I've seen some definitions of agnosticism using it as more as a modifier rather than an independent stance. I've kind of generally see it that way myself, but since I remember hearing the explanation way back when, it's what's made sense to me, and I haven't really heard an explanation in the opposite direction since. So I'm just going with that. Basic agnosticism is I can't remember what it means without knowledge, but basically you don't know. So it's like a model. You'll see those grids. There'll be two answers along the top, two along the side, or however many. So along the sides, on one of them will be Gnosticism, you know, and then agnosticism, you don't know. And then along the top would be theism and atheism. So it's like, there's a God, there's no God. You don't know, but you think there is one. You don't know, but you think there isn't. That kind of grid. Deism's kind of forgotten about constantly. There's a deism. I've actually completely forgotten now. Freaking hell. But anyway, that's all I wanted to say. I wasn't quite happy. I was a little too loose with my words, I guess, when I was doing it the first time around. And then I also cut out a huge tangent there. Because I'm not right. It doesn't fit right with me. But anyway, see you next time. Well, going back to past me. Hello, folks, and I'm back. Let me just actually open up my exploit folder. Because, well, it's where I have all my footage saved. But yeah, I'll just listen to a few more talking, and start getting all the quests for here, and then I'll wrap this set up. I wonder how much I've recorded today. I think I've got a nice chunk done. Not as nice as I want, but respectable nonetheless. Where is it? Oh, I never named the stuff from last night. Really? I thought I did. Anyway.
The beast was never a cruel master. It didn't want to destroy, to corrupt, to terrorize. It simply existed to exist. I made it that way. Unfortunately, in neglecting to provide it with ambition, I made it vulnerable to the ambitions of others. Queen Atziri and Doriani, Emperor Chittus and Malachi. Others even before them. I created a beast that would free humanity from the tyranny of the gods. Yet all I really did was provide the perfect tool with which humanity could tyrannize itself. Goodbye.
Yeah, bit of a slip up there. Happens. Also, you've moved over there. You used to be here. I guess you're there because you're not standing people.
Now there's a pair of eyes I could never forget. If the tales are true, those peepers of yours have seen all the wonders of Wraeclast by now. And a few things they likely wish they hadn't. Oh, and no need for us to speak of Oriar. My ears are brimful with the sorrows these wretched companions of yours have been spilling. Now, I'm sure you've noticed that Lion Ice Watch has seen better days. Our once bubbling township has, alas, become a brooding quagmire of gloom and despair. I blame the unrelenting weather. As you know, I am both a humanitarian and a strong believer in the soul-sustaining power of story. But when I was still captain of the Merry Gull, many days at sea afforded me time to work on my thespian aspirations. I wrote a theatrical epic, a one-man show entitled Cedric and the Buxom Stranger. I sealed the manuscript inside a roll of oiled leather and stashed it in the hold for safekeeping. Perhaps you could salvage it for me from that tidal island upon which my poor ship came to rest. Who knows? Maybe we can bring some joy back to Lion Eye's Watch with a bit of live entertainment.
And I even know the buxom stranger to play the role. Chick from Sarn, the Karui lady. She's Also, big full attention there. You may have heard the key clicking. I was just naming videos there in the background. Because I'm a little distracted right now. I've heard. I know. I'm just the head's not in it now. Um. So, yeah. Sorry. I should be. Sorry. I keep. Every so often, I keep thinking I'm seeing people that are level 5, not level 51. So anyway, yeah. Sorry. I'll focus more on this. Or maybe I'll call quits for now, and we'll do more tomorrow. Yeah, that's a possibility. Oh, you don't have anything to say?
Let me tell your future.
Okay.
I will see you again.
Now there's a sorry tale. More miserable than any dirge I've ever heard. Nessa's gone. Wandered off into the night, muttering to herself about dancing to his ditty. No, I didn't go after her. In truth, she was gone when I woke up the next morning. I only imagined she'd be muttering, you see, on account of the murmuring she's been making these past few weeks. Always the same, about him and his song, whoever in damnation he is.
Seems like it's been a while since we got back to Wraeclast.
Bloody Roth, granddaughter of the legendary Rocktooth Roth. Oh, apologies if I seem a little giddy. It's not any old day you get to meet marine royalty. I mean, you know how I feel about pirates and all, but the Roths have as much in common with those scurvy sea rats as a shark does with a goldfish. Lily has her granddaddy's blood in her veins. It's plain for all to see. Look at the luster in her eyes, the ruddy blush of her skin. That there's a pirate princess, and no mistake. Yes, we live in curious times indeed. A time when old stories are being birthed, mewling and puking into our world of dirt and blood. It's all a bit inspiring, really. Hence, I've written a little something. Ancient anecdotes now wake from their beds, looming in our fears, towering above our heads. Age-old lusts and bygone greeds, walking and reeking as humanity bleeds. Rivers of history, lakes of blood, the gods stand upon us as we cower in the mud.
I prefer Bestel's stuff, if only because he's a very, unique way of reading things.
You won't find a sailor that doesn't whisper a quiet prayer to the brine cube before casting off. In fact, under the maddening radiance of a full moon, the more superstitious captains would drown some poor slave or failed mutineer just to keep old Tsoagoth happy. No, that wasn't a sneeze. That's the fish god's old Esmerian name. It's considered foul luck to speak it on board a ship. A keel-hauling offence. You'll not find a more renowned pirate as Wayland Rocktooth Roth. In times when Fairgraves was still a wealth earning his sea legs, Rocktooth was prowling the Strait of Orioth in his ship, the Black Crest. It's said he built it himself, lining its hull with the bones of some great sea beast he slew with nothing but a harpoon and a bottle of rum. Never was there a more nimble, more ferocious vessel. Like that Leviathan spirit still lived and breathed in its timbers. No one sighted Rocktooth for 20 years or more, but I know where the Black Crest is. The ship graveyard, no less. Seems that Wayland Roth might have had his last meal with Lady Mervale.
Would have figured I would have added a little quest here, but apparently not.
First we hear that Oriath has lost its bloody mind, and then you turn up. Doesn't take a scholar to work out how these two events might be connected. I don't know what's going on out there, and I probably wouldn't understand it if I saw it with my own two eyes. What I do know is this. The world we knew, it's gone. Now we have to do our damnedest to make sure we don't go with it. Nessa. I saw her one night, running out across the coast, headed in the direction of the mudflats. Called out to her, but she didn't even turn her head. Maybe she couldn't hear me. Maybe she didn't want to. I don't bloody know. I tried to run after her, but she'd vanished into the darkness before my feet had barely touched the sand. So I tracked her, all the way to the mudflats, and that's when her tracks, they just stopped. No sign of meeting someone or something. No sign of a struggle. It's like one moment she was running and the next, gone. Look, I've heard some things about what you've done. Things that beg a belief. Now you can do this, please. Find Nessa. Bring her back to us. I wonder how much Lily squeezed out of those refugees from Oriath. Yes, she did risk her life and ship to save them. But I knew the Lily of old, a damn fine smuggler. And that Lily never did a good deed that didn't also turn a profit.
The lines disagree with the subtitles. It's quite irritating. I figured it would have fixed it by now. And... Huh. Oh, that's something. Cool. Interesting little thing.
Never took
Spare
much
thing.
stock in the stories Lily told. Didn't sit right. Those full moon sacrifices her and her ilk would do out on the open water. But now, in light of everything, I'm obliged to reconsider. If it meant Nessa might be spared the attentions of that wretched Brine King, I'd even be inclined to slit a mutineering throat or two myself. Those shambling nobles out there on the strand, they left Oriath to die a bloody death, rats fleeing a sinking ship. Seems they learned a bit of the hard truth, though. Doesn't matter how much money you have, you can't outrun death when it comes for you. Can't say they've actually noticed, though. They're still the same flesh-eating bastards they've always been. Just a bit more obvious about it now.
I know. We don't know. She's after the Brine King, like Besta was saying, like whoever he is and all this. I guess maybe Tarkle's more in the know. And, you know, figures, you know, he might have a bit more information than Bestel. But, it feels like this came out a bit too early.
Stay sharp out there.
I'm actually going to poke my head just in here. I want to beat up someone from the other crowd. And if this is still like the other iteration of the coast, then we'll just have to move a little bit. Also, they had a different art for the coast back in when I initially started playing the game. Might actually release that footage at some stage. It would be a little awkward to do because I never actually named it. It comes up with the data recorded on, and that's it. So I have to do search. I would have to, you know, check through it all. Play to Tukahama's Vanguard. Ebon Dweller. I love that they don't even mention Tukahama. They've just no interest in the random Karui warband on the beach. Well, not even warband, straight out army. And war god. Rhyme Pulse Blood. Now if I die, I'm gonna lose 5%. So, yeah, I can't die. wasn't even the one I was even figuring. Because this is what we had last time. Bring it down. Ah, it a fled. Meant to say that a moment ago, but I didn't. Okay, I think this is just like tier 1, so it's pretty easy to bring down. God damn, so many enemies. Alright.
The hive buzzes with voices, but it is all alone. Let it go. It wants to bring a friend from the many.
Okay. Tor moves to fortification. It that fled and Tor become trusted. Sure. Tor now has Hermno's campaign, multiple projectiles, loves enchanting gloves apparently. Oh, and since I bet her up, she's now taking a different favorite. It does a different thing. Same with her. She now like stockpiling bestials. So like once you move them in here and you raid their thing, they'll switch preferences. I thought they stayed claiming torment scarabs. Huh. I thought they stayed. You know, one way, you know, I thought they were rigid, you know, they never changed, but apparently not. They didn't get maybe changes based on their, you know, section, but maybe not. I have no idea.
The hive grows.
It doesn't actually. It just reorganizes.
Hello.
Ooh, 12 to 20 cold damage. Yeah, let's boost cast resistance. Still inferior.
Warm nights.
Okay, this could be interesting. Alright, I wasn't anticipating 4 slots, but I could work this. Let's head back to Anna's watch. Okay, firstly, I need... you. Damn it. I need to change this to... I only need one blue. Perfect. Now let's go and get...
Still working on it, Poe.
you. Fuck it. Back to the start. Still don't have any that's annoying. Still don't have this spell, the portal spell. It's quite annoying, really. I could slap this upgrade on, but and it's what an upgrade it is. But I want if I could have these 4 connected, then I can make Dominating Blow even better. I need to get a 5th slot on this. I can't really do much with it at present. I spent all of my other things. Oh, okay. So, I'm going to leave this here, and we'll worry about all this next time. Let me just punky back in. I sincerely hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope you join me again soon. Till then, love and peace, baby.